Finally, the great fire of the ridge is here.
Clear!
Well, they didn't die. They survived, thankfully. Unfortunately, the big house didn't.
We need water!
You'll see Sam and I do some amazing, kind of Mission Impossible action, leaping out of a burning building, which is fantastic.
The poor cast had to run up and down with buckets of water, and it was very amusing. Katrina keeps her head down the whole time because she's laughing.
I don't know if you know this about big costumes, heavy costumes, corsets, slippy mud, and trying to run with a massive bucket in one hand. It's not a run, it's some kind of funny penguin-y duck move, and I just found it very, very hard to keep a straight face.
Thank you all, but there's nothing more we can do.
It was quite spectacular. We had all of the fire engines. They had certain parts of it that they were burning that night. And we had all of the Fraser's Ridge people all there.
It is a sad moment, and I think he's lost again something that is really dear to him. However, he doesn't lose his kilt. Fortunately, there is a casket still intact, so a little part of him still survives.
I cannot admit there's anything to do but go on.
Nor will I.
I do feel like there was a bit of a sense of relief once the big house burned for the characters, because it burned and they survived.
There's a case of mistaken identity, and young Ian accidentally kills Mrs. Bug.
I need heart. Archie.
So guilt-ridden that he wants to even sacrifice himself to get rid of all these awful feelings he's having right inside him.
A life for a life.
Too easy, lad. When you've something worth taking, you'll see me again. That I promise ye.
You have empathy for him, and Claire and Jamie have empathy, and Ian has, because they know what they would do for love.
Absolutely.
And we've seen it multiple times. Jamie and Claire have both killed to preserve their love, so how can they hold someone else accountable for doing exactly the same thing?
Just heartbreaking, and you just feel so bad because, Ian didn't mean to do it, but, as Matt said, it just sets the table for the rest of the season.
I had another dream.
Are they happy?
Jamie does have multiple dreams about the future, and actually they seem to be pretty accurate. It's almost like he can time travel, but he can't. Ultimately, maybe they're warnings, maybe they're insight into what's happening in the lives of himself and his family.
I wish we could call them. But that is all I have to do for now.
This season, Jamie and Claire write a lot of letters to Roger and Bree in the future. They leave them at a bank in Edinburgh. And I think it's a great way for the two couples or the family really, to stay connected.
We get to see what Jamie and Claire have been up to through the audience. The audience sees it through the screen, but then we also see it through Brianna's eyes and through reading these letters, which is a really cool way to do it.
Read each letter when you feel the time is right.
Before we leave, there's a place I'd like you to see. Going to Lallybroch was one of my favourite things, especially going back in a different time period, just to see how it had changed. And I think seeing it there, even just still standing, is a great moment.
Nice to be at Lallybroch because it means so much to them and it means so much to the fans as well.
Roger, what are you doing?
Just having a wee look.
The locations have their own feel to them. When Roger's opening the windows and whatnot and the pigeons fly out and everything, it just all adds to the atmosphere of it, that kind of windy, mysterious Lallybroch feel, and not knowing where the story's going with that location as well. It's just a very fun time to shoot it. I think taking Roger there meant so much to her too. It's almost like his little introduction into the family in that way. And then, when they see they're for sale, it takes a really nice turn.
Keep thinking about Lallybroch.
You want to go back to Scotland?
Once their home was gone, Jamie decided, hey, I can finally keep that promise I made to my sister to bring Ian home to her and see Scotland again, because that was another promise he made to himself.
I think going back to Scotland, especially going back to Lallybroch, it's a return to sort of our roots.
Go now. Go home.
Sorry, Claire.
Don't worry, it's just a cat.
I know.
he's still a Scot at heart. And for them to return to Scotland, I think, would be everything to him.